Welcome back. You're listening to Real Estate Radio San Antonio, and that's realestateradio.sa.com, realestateradio.sa.com. And if you're just joining us, prior to break, we were talking about with Kathy Walsh from Keller Williams, a top agent with Keller Williams in San Antonio. But we were talking about how if you were going to sell your home, how you could get more money for it, and she's preparing how she can help you, Kathy Walsh, prepare your home so that you can sell it for top dollar. So Kathy, tell us a little bit more about that process. We were talking about decluttering, home staging. What about curb appeal?
Oh yes, my stager actually starts at the sidewalk, and she talks about it's a staging consultation. And she tells them, about mulching and edging and trimming and maybe putting a wreath on the door. And it's not hard work, but it's very impactful. You might not even realize your front door is dirty, but cleaning, a clean house, it's so it's not so rare, but it's so important. Nobody wants to go in and the smell is also an issue. Don't try to overcompensate for a house you don't think is good. Clean it first, and then put in a very light scent, because sometimes you just you're walking into houses and you're grabbing your throat and you're like, wow. It just doesn't work.
You're kind of talking with some passion.
Oh,
that
really? Well, I'm not going to tell you the story yesterday about the cats.
No, let's not talk about that.
No, but yeah, it was. It's very important because clients walk into houses, and before they even realize it, they've shut down.
This aroma, something hits them when they walk through the door.
So it's not cinnamon buns in, huh?
No,
it's the litter box.
No kidding. It's
There's something that you did say just a few minutes ago, that you said you have a stager.
I do.
That looks at that. So tell me a little bit about how that works for you, and how why you have a stager.
It is a service that I provide. I pay for the stager. I also pay for professional pictures, because 91%, I believe, is the number of buyers who start their search online, okay, on the internet. And with all the mobile apps now and everything, they're looking at pictures from the start. So would it be okay if you had dark pictures with the junk all over the counters, with the bed unmade? There are just amazing pictures there's actually a website devoted to bad real estate pictures. But what happens is buyers are looking at them there, and there's just another house to go on to. They just keep going because there's nothing appealing about that picture, and it might be a great house underneath it all. So the service I provide is giving them a stager. I have a staging consultation first, and then once everything is done, we have a professional photographer who comes in and takes bang-up pictures, and it showcases your house so much better than the competition, and your house is going to sell more quickly, and it is going to sell for more money.
I've heard many of your sellers saying after they've got it all nice, maybe we won't move.
I know.
They're ready to buy their own house.
That is true. I didn't know it could look so nice.
That's
right.
Do you guys declutter the garages also?
It's always a good idea, but not yours, Stan. Maybe yours can.
If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Real Estate Radio San Antonio and realestateradio.sa.com. You can contact us there and shoot us an email, and we can give you some information. And Kathy Walsh wants to send out a buyer's and seller's guide to anybody that might be interested. So go ahead and email us at realestateradio.sa.com. So Kathy, let's go on. I don't know how many realtors there are in San Antonio. I would say,
About 8,000, I believe.
was it about
I think that's
8,000?
yeah, it might be more now, but
So
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh, I mean, you've got a lot of competition. So I would have to ask you, what sets you apart?
well, there are good agents around, but and what I will say is there's plenty of business for all of the good agents. But my particular passion is to take every single buyer or seller and dive down deep into what is important for them, what their motivation is, why they're selling or buying, what they love, how they live, what is important, and it varies greatly. And they said when I first got into business, no two deals are alike, and that is very true. But I just find I don't treat it as one size fits all. There are some people need extra help with the decluttering, or they need and I have a whole book full of people that I can call on to help. If it's an estate, we can have an estate sale, or we can have somebody just come and pick up the junk. I can have somebody if they need painters or if they need something repaired. But I make sure I take my time. My clients, I think, by and large, feel very comfortable calling on me. I want to be their real estate expert, and I know fabulous Carla, understand? I know fabulous lenders, and I know great inspectors, and it's really important because folks do not do this every day. They need you to be looking out for them, and there is nothing more important to me. I would rather tell a person, I think based on what you need, you might be better off not selling, or you might be better off renting for a while. I'm here to help you. It's not about me, it's about you. So, we try from the start to make them feel like they're the most important person there. The other thing I think I might do a little differently, and I alluded to this before, is the making it a cooperative transaction. So no one feels like I'm blaming. If somebody makes a mistake, I'm like, oh my goodness, I've done that myself, because most likely I have. And people don't need to be blamed for things, and everybody's trying their best. They may not have the best, training, but maybe you could be a help. And so that's, I try to, as I said before, I try to make it a very happy experience for everyone, and I think it makes a difference.
That's awesome. So if there's anybody out there needing a realtor, Kathy Walsh, it's going to be pleasant, it's going to be fun, it's teamwork, and she is the top professional to help you, educate, empower you to make the right decisions.
And if you can give it, you can reach us at Radio San Antonio, on San Antonio Radio SA.com. That's San Antonio Radio SA.com. And Carla's over here laughing at me here because I must have just said something that backwards as I'm trying to do.
It's called Real Estate Radio SA.
Boy, when I got those eyes looking at me, I just started getting tongue-tied here, and I couldn't see anything. And it's a good thing Roland even is in here laughing. We don't ever get him to laugh, our program director. So excuses on that.
Just visit us on realestateradio.sa.com. There's a contact button there. You can send us a message, an email, and we'd be happy to address any concerns or questions you have about our guests on the show. We can get you in contact with Kathy Walsh from the Walsh Group of Keller Williams with Inspector Clouseau, home inspections, and that's realestateradio.sa.com.
Thanks, Carla, for bailing me out of that one. I appreciate it.
So let's talk about buyers a little bit. What information would you give to a buyer? So at this point, we've talked about sellers, we've talked about inspections, we've talked about how passionate you are, Kathy, about your just working in real estate and helping people make those decisions. But what about our buyers?
Buyers, I love buyers. In my buyer's guide, the very first thing is find a great lender, and that is key because you need to know what your qualified for and how much you can spend. And you don't want to be looking at houses that you don't qualify for. The next most important thing is once you're qualified and you're starting to look, do not wait. Do not go home and after you've seen a great house and say, I'm going to wait until the morning, or you know what, we'll see that again tomorrow afternoon. Because in this market, it's very difficult. You have to be ready to jump and do not delay. It's just very important. And buyers, they may lose a house or two or more, but they do learn that if they want a great house, they're going to have to act quickly.